Hello, teacher. My name is Yang Guan. Our group member have Shi Yawen, Liu Hang, Jia Ziyao. The topic of our group talk is superhero. In our mind, when we hear about superheroes, the first thing that comes to our mind is probably the people in Marvel who have superpowers and save the world. But what we are going to talk about today is the superheroes of the people. In this particular world, they have no superpowers, but they save a lot of people. Our first superhero is Li Wenliang, who has the first to report coronavirus.
Hi, doctor. There are many heroes in the world, but today I will see important people in the world. What impressed me most during the outbreak was Li Wenliang. He is what we call the visitor of the epidemic. On February 7, Dr. Li Wenliang died. Dr. Li Wenliang graduated from Wuhan University with a 7-year degree in technical medicine. He was an ophthalmologist in the Wuhan Center Hospital. He is known as the whistleblower of the outbreak because he issued a protective alert to the outside world as early as December 13 and 2019. On January 8, 2020, he treated an 82-year-old woman with acute angio closure and retinoblastoma. We didn't do any special protection when we came into contact with the patient. He said, by the next day, the night, she had a fever. By the time her CT scan was done, I had a high surprise that he had a viral pneumonia because the CT showed that her symptoms with grand glass lesions in both lungs, which are manifestations of viral pneumonia. Moreover, common viral infection, candidiasis infection and so on have been recorded, but because the hospital didn't not yet have a key to test confirmed patient, it did not give her a diagnosis. He was hospitalized on January 8th, and I developed the cold symptoms on January 10th. On January 10th, he developed several symptoms and was admitted to intensive care. It's still spreading, He said, while in the hospital, I don't want to be a disturbers. You still have to go to the front line after recovery. Li Wenliang's body shine with the light of medical acts. He is an excellent representative of the vast number of medical workers. Is an ordinary hero around us. Heroes are heroes because they have different sense of meanings and responsibility than ordinary people. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Li Wenliang is a good example for us to learn from. And that's all. That's all that I see that Li Wenliang is the most important heroes in the world. If the world don't have him, I think this world can not him something what we need. So that's all.
The second is about Li Lanzhen, who later came to the forefront of the outbreak.
That people sworn no one can stay out of the way. There is medicine of countless touching heroic deeds. Li Lanjuan is one of them. Wuhan COVID-19 outbreak news broke. Beijing shook, the nation shook, the world shook. Li Lanjuan and Zhong Nanshan are together by the country's mandate. Wuhan retroactively to investigate the outbreak. After years of inappearance, Ms. Li sensed the seriousness of the situation and proposed to the Wuhan government that no entry, no exit. Later, she boldly suggested to the Central Committee that Wuhan should be closed. In this history of disease control in China, there has never been a closure of the city, not even during the SARS epidemic in 2003. If the outbreak is not a major event, Li Lanjuan's reputation will be destroyed. She did not know that it was important, but in her mind the people above everything else. From the photos, it can be seen that after the intensive care unit rounds, the goggles and mask left deep marks on academician Li Lanjuan's face. The concern for the patients and the epidemic led her not afraid of risk. Go ahead. Since the outbreak of the disease, Li Lanjuan, Zhong Nanshan, these national trials experts charged into the battle. Painstaking study cost a medical professional monument. Behind them, there are thousands of angels in white in distress. Care, love, respect for medical workers not only stand in a few words in praise, but also the need for true recognition. We should not always listen to morphine drum to think of the good general. In the face of the major epidemic, just think of the good doctor.
The last one is Zhong Nanshan. He made a great contribution to the fight against SARS to 2003. Now the coronavirus, 83 years old, Zhong Nanshan has come forward and made a great contribution to the people.
Hello teacher, my name is Jia Ziyao. My matric number is A1725222. I think everyone has a superhero in their mind. Sometimes the superhero is successful people, and sometimes they may be an ordinary people. In my opinion, have one guy I want to introduce him. His name is Zhong Nanshan. Zhong Nanshan is the hero of SARS and COVID-19. Zhong Nanshan is already a household name in China, known as the hero of SARS from 2002 to 2003. When he spoke plainly on the basis of seeking truth from facts, the Chinese spirit, he is increasingly becoming an international name as his advice is sought around the world concerning China's experience with COVID-19. When COVID-19 was first identified in Wuhan, the 84-year-old was called up by the National Health Commission to head up the top-level team to oversee the massive containment, testing, and hospitalization project, while undertaking research into virus itself. Currently, the U.S. has registered the most novel coronavirus cases in the world, compared with China's situation, where cases were mostly concentrated in Hubei province. Zhong said many states across America are now dealing with outbreaks of different scales, which may make the country's containment efforts more difficult. He said in China's case, 1 month after China put a lockdown on Hubei, and most importantly is capital city Wuhan, coronavirus cases in other parts of China come down significantly. And this has made China's later battle against COVID-19 outside Hubei easier, and also proved that putting restriction on traffic in and out of Hubei has worked.
Superhero is not just today, we tell the story. In the global war on the front, sacrifice or still work of medical staff, volunteers are a superhero. They shrunk of his own life and death, the people's life safety in the first place. I hope the near future the outbreak can end as soon as possible. Thank you.